Hello students, welcome to your bio class. In this video lesson, we are going to study about nephrons. Nephrons are also called as uriniferous tubules or nephric tubules. These are the filtering units of kidney and also called as the structural and functional units of kidney. Approximately 1 million nephron is present in each kidney. When nephrons of both the kidneys are collected together and uncoiled, they will cover a distance of almost 60 km. Nephrons are held together by a connective tissue. Let's see the structure of nephron. Each nephron consists of the following parts. These are glomerulus, Bowman's capsule, proximal convoluted tubule, loop of Henle, distal convoluted tubule, and collecting duct. Glomerulus and Bowman's capsule, together called as Malpighian capsule or renal corpuscle or Malpighian body. This is named after Marsilio Malpighi, an Italian physician and biologist. Proximal convoluted tubule, loop of Henle, distal convoluted tubule, and collecting duct, collectively called as renal tubules. Children, this is highly diagrammatic representation of a single nephron. As you can see here, afferent arteriole is bringing oxygenated but impure blood which contains high concentration of nutrients and nitrogenous wastes. These afferent arteriole forms a tuft of capillaries called as glomerulus. These capillaries again rejoin to form efferent arteriole. The blood which is going through efferent arteriole is oxygenated and pure. And as you can see in this diagram, the diameter of afferent arteriole is more as compared to that of the efferent arteriole. Actually, diameter of afferent arteriole is twice than that of the efferent arteriole. This creates a high pressure situation due to which the content of the blood, including plasma and along with other useful substances plus nitrogenous wastes, gets filtered into the anterior end of the renal tubule, which is called as Bowman's capsule. You can see here, Bowman's capsule is thin-walled cup-shaped part of a renal tubule. It is named after Sir William Bowman, a British surgeon and anatomist. The outer layer of Bowman's capsule is made of flattened epithelial cells, whereas inner layer, which is in close contact with the glomerulus, bears special cells called as podocytes. Podocytes have many feet-like processes called as pedicel and minute slit-like pores called as slit pores. Now, as you can see, Bowman's capsule continues into the first set of convoluted tubule, which is called as proximal convoluted tubule. It is having numerous microvilli, which increases the surface area for absorption of water and nutrients. PCT is the most permeable part of the renal tubule. PCT continues into the loop of Henle, which is a U-shaped part of nephron and which is not convoluted at all. As you can see here, It has a descending limb and an ascending limb. Loop of Henle continues into another set of the convoluted part of the nephron, which is called as DCT or distal convoluted tubule. Distal because it is away from the Bowman's capsule. PCT means proximal convoluted tubule, which is near the Bowman's capsule. So we are talking about DCT. DCT is lined with ciliated columnar epithelial cells. DCT is continuing into the collecting duct. Collecting duct receives the contents of many renal tubules, and ultimately these contents enter into the ureters. This diagram represents the longitudinal section of kidney. As you can see here, children, a kidney has two regions, renal cortex and renal medulla. Glomerulus, PCT and DCT are present in the renal cortex. It is the outer darker granular part of kidney. Whereas Henle's loop and collecting duct are present in renal medulla, which is the inner lighter part of kidney formed of pyramids. Let's discuss about the mechanism of urine formation. It involves certain steps. These are ultrafiltration of blood, selective reabsorption, and tubular secretion. Ultrafiltration. It is filtration of blood plasma under high pressure through the glomerulus into the Bowman's capsule. Difference in the diameter of afferent and efferent arterioles creates high pressure which causes the liquid part of the blood plasma along with most of its organic and inorganic substances including urea, glucose and amino acids etc. to come out of the glomerulus and pass into the funnel-shaped cavity of the Bowman's capsule. This fluid entering the renal tubule is called as glomerular filtrate. Which consists of water, urea, salts, glucose and other plasma solutes. Children, almost 180 liter of glomerular filtrate is produced here. The thicker part of blood left behind in glomerulus after ultrafiltration, namely the two kinds of corpuscles, proteins and other large molecules, are carried forward through the efferent arteriole. Thus the blood proceeding away from the glomerulus is relatively thick. Next step is selective reabsorption. It is reabsorption of essential nutrients, that is glucose, amino acids, salts and water etc. from glomerular filtrate passing through the nephron into the renal tubules to maintain the normal osmotic concentration of the blood. Tubular secretion. Certain substances like potassium ions and large number of foreign chemicals including drugs like penicillin are passed into the forming urine in DCT. This passage involves the activity of the cells of the tubular wall and hence it is called as tubular secretion. Filtrate after reabsorption and tubular secretion is called as urine. All the steps involved in urine production require energy. Hence, the oxygen demand of the kidneys is 6 to 7 times higher than what is required by muscles. All the body blood passes through the kidneys 350 to 400 times in a day at the rate of 1 to 2 liters per minute. We can summarize function of various parts of a nephron with the help of this table. First column gives us the various parts of renal tubule. Second column tells us the function. Glomerulus is involved in ultrafiltration. Bowman's capsule receives glomerular filtrate. Proximal convoluted tubule is involved in reabsorption of most water, about 2/3, that is 85%, and much of glucose and sodium ions and chloride ions. Loop of Henle is involved in absorption of some water which is left plus sodium ions. DCT is involved in reabsorption of remaining chlorides and some water. Walls of DCT secrete potassium and foreign chemicals such as penicillin and other drugs into the forming urine. Let's see the physical properties of urine. Color: clear yellow due to presence of urochrome. Volume: 1 to 1.5 liters per day. You can see difference here. Glomerular filtrate which was produced was 180 liter, which has reduced to 1 to 1.5 liters. This is because PCT absorbs almost 85% of water. Odor: on standing, the smell of urine becomes strong, ammonia-like, due to bacterial activity. Otherwise, urine has faint smell. Taste: saltish in normal condition, but it can be sweetish in case of a diabetic patient. Normal constituents of urine: water 95%, solid wastes 5%. It includes salts, urea, uric acid, and other substances. Besides the normal constituents, urine may pass out certain hormones and also certain medicines like antibiotics and the excess vitamins. Let's see some abnormal constituents and disorder related to that. If bile pigments are detected in urine, it indicates hepatitis and jaundice. If blood cells are detected, then it indicates the infection in urinary tract, that is UTI, and a condition in which the patient has stones in kidney or tumor. Presence of albumin indicates high blood pressure. Presence of glucose indicates a condition called as diabetes mellitus. Uric acid is relatively less soluble in water and may crystallize and get deposited in the joints, causing gout. Excess uric acid and certain salts like calcium oxalate may be the source of kidney stones when the kidneys are not working fully normally. Kidney failure. A person can lead a normal life even if one of his kidneys is damaged or removed for some reason, but failure of both the kidneys would lead to death. So if person has both kidneys failed, then he or she will have to undergo through a process called as dialysis. It is the process of detoxification of blood with the help of a dialysis machine, which is also called as artificial kidney in case of total kidney failure. In this process, the patient's blood is laid from the radial artery in his arm through the machine where the urea and excess salts are removed and the purified blood is returned to a vein in the same arm. So that's all for this video lesson. Goodbye.